Hello everyone, welcome to Sean TV. This is Dan Kovic. Today's episode is Social Experiment. Let's have a look. Have you ever watched a video that is about a social experiment in Korea? This is the situation. Foreigners who are YouTubers or tourists leave their stuff like cell phones, laptops, and wallets on a bench or table in public places where there are cafes and streets and parks, and then they watch them nearby to see what will happen. After, they review the results. Experimenters who experimented were shocked by the results. They admired Koreans' behavior, which is trustworthy and honest. But I can't fully agree with them because I believe the main reason for their behavior is because of closed-circuit television. You can easily find cameras everywhere, such as on the street and cafes and parks and banks. Dr. Samuel Richards, a sociologist and professor at Penn State University, said the camera is increasingly recently in the United States too. But that's not the driving force because this didn't start with cameras. This is like a long-standing thing. I ran this issue by my daughter, who is in her 20s, and she said, I think it's sort of an interaction between Korean behavior and video about the social experiment. This video is more like forcing us to act right. In other words, it's virtue signaling. Here's another one. A tourist asks a Korean to take a picture or for directions. This video shows how Koreans do their best to do it. They are willing to squat, to take a perfect photo, and go with the tourist until he knows which way is the right direction, even though they won't meet the tourist again. We become a photographer when we take a picture, since we are serious about it. But if someone follows me and I give directions, I'm probably thinking, what's the catch? You might think we're honest, kind, punctual, considerate, and sweet to strangers, since we have been raised to be educated and kind to foreigners. Let's say it's called foreigner benefits. In fact, we are hot-tempered, rude, competitive, disrespectful, suspicious, and conservative toward each other. But don't quote me on that. But I believe that you'll feel safe on the street at any time and be able to leave your valuable things on a table in a cafe while you're in Korea. Here are a few common American expressions. 1. Agree with something or agree with someone. And that means to think that something is morally acceptable or to cause someone to feel healthy and happy. I'll give you a few examples. You look well. The mountain air must agree with you. And the fish dinner on our flight did not agree with me. Number 2, run by. Run by means to tell someone about something or to make sure they understand or approve. Here's an example. I would like to run by some ideas for you before we agree to the deal. Number 3, be willing to. Be willing to means to be happy to do something if it is needed. Here's an example. Customers may be willing to pay a premium for those items. Number 4, what's the catch? What's the catch is an idiom, and it means when someone does something nice to you, but you suspect that he wants to help you because he has a secret reason for doing it. Here's an example of that. You're saying it's all good for me, but what's the catch? 5, don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that means indicating something that the speaker is uncertain of or the accuracy of their statement, does not wish to have the statement attributed to them. Here's an example. I thought the paper was due by noon, but don't quote me on that in case it's a bit earlier. Thanks for watching today.